The following is a special presentation of Hasbro, home of the Olympic Games.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to a very special episode of My Little Pony Thursday Night Stampede. And yes, today is very special. It's the eve of the opening ceremony of the Olympic Games, and I can't wait to share the experience with you. Let's get on to it. Ladies and gents, this is it. We are one day away. I mean, just 120 minutes, I think, until the opening ceremony of the games of the 33rd Olympiad can begin. And I'm expecting it's gonna be a greatest Olympics opening ceremony of all time. And yes, I sent the main six all the way to Paris for their first ever Olympics experience, and they'll get to know what the Olympic Games is all about. And oh my, I'm so glad and happy for them to experience the first games, and I can't wait to let them hear about it. This is gonna be good. Guaranteed W. But before the opening ceremony begins, I'm going to give you the pre-opening ceremony show by reacting to the new episode of My Little Pony Tale Tale Season 2 and the final edition of the Olympic Games Rundown. As, of course, this is the final Olympic rundown before the opening ceremony of Paris 2024 Games. This is gonna be good, and I hope you enjoy it. And guys, as usual, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell, and of course, smash the like video for this. This is everything to me. Even at the Olympic Games, I had so much memory to share with you. And even after the episode, I'm going to discuss about the Olympic torch relay. This is a part of the Olympic traditions. But I'm talking about this later on. But until then, this episode is for all the athletes of the world. Good luck, guys. As always, tonight I'm going to do a blind reaction of a brand new episode from Season 2 of My Little Pony Tell Your Tale. This time, it's going to be the title called The Tiny Trot. You know, you might wonder what Tiny Trot is. Tonight's episode is going to focus about Sparky and the main six going inside the Tiny Trot rides and experience an exciting ride. But there's a problem here. they're gonna cost them a lot, and that is going to turn them into fillies. They're gonna be totally cute. You can't resist it. And this episode is still written by Ryan Denham, and this is his second try. Due to the unprecedented last week's criticize from the last episode that we see here. But seriously, come on, it's just a cartoon, get over it. There is no room for excuse, because cartoon can really good if one of them are done right. This is what Ryan Denham said. Sometimes cartoons don't have to be the super realistic either, but that's not to say sometimes has to be as childish as some of the nonsensical, but later which is popular. No matter, because this episode is gonna be better than ever. It has to be better, because no matter what, good or bad, it's just a cartoon. Doesn't mean people are allowed to care about it and aren't allowed to be disappointed either. And this episode is going to be better than the last week's episode, because that episodes last week are allowed to be totally in garbage. I do agree some of the pony fans here, but nevertheless, good or bad, we're going to find out on this week's episode. Without further ado, let's shut up and watch.
Alright, without further ado, I hope this episode will be better than last week, because some of them are criticized. This is gonna be bad, but nay way, this has to be better. You don't screw this up, Brian. Okay, let's do this. MLP, Season 2, Tiny Trot. It's gonna be very adorable. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. Ooh, that's great. And the main six are decked out.
What a day! The sun is shining, the pony
Summer-
corn is popping,
summer
the
theme.
critters are stampeding.
Uh-oh, what are they doing? Dive, dive, dive! Oh!
Sparky, hold on, bud!
It's a landslide! Ouch!
The
What are they entering?
Tiny Trot? What is this?
Tiny
Some kind
Trot.
of special Boardtrot area for critters, foals, and fillies?
And Dragon Dads. I'm
Of course.
buddy!
We can't let him go alone. Come on!
Come on, stick this together. Uh-huh. Alright. Yep, this is when I called it. They turn into the fillies. Oh boy. This is silly. What am I going to do? Oh man. We had to figure ourselves here. It was totally awesome though. Uh-huh. This is absolutely incredible, or I should say, we saw Sparky here. Oh. Come back, Sparky! By the way, I love Sunny with a cute alicorn.
About to begin. Waddle on over to compete for the adorable grand prize. Let's check
What
in
is
with
it?
our co-anchor, who is in the Tiny Trot with the racers. Dazzle.
Oh, this was also
Dazzle.
a reference to the Olympic Games.
Well, now we know what happens when you send a news pony into the Tiny Trot. They get tiny, just like every
Tiny.
pony else. And they're off.
And the race begins. Come on, you can do it! Come back, Sparky! Ah! And looks like I think they're having fun here. Ouch! They got splat! Come back, Spark! You can't run away! Ah!
Uh-oh!
Plus
it's
blaster!
My Teddy time!
Ah! Get down! Cool move, Zip! Ouch! Thanks, Izzy! Now get going! Woo! Izzy, there's no time to goof off!
And that, ponies, is why you should always share your toys.
Good point.
Adorable bouncing babies.
Can't resist it. They're too adorable. Jumping up, Izzy. I mean, Misty. Come on! Ouch!
Ooh, don't slip, ponies.
Don't be slipped! Ah! That was close. Ouch! And then she's just diving out.
Oh, what a touching reunion of Baby Dragon and Dragon Dad. And just in time for the giant boulder.
Absolutely. Uh-oh. Giant boulder! Run for your life! By the way, I don't understand what she's saying, but yep, when the cutie mark comes to light,
Congratulations, team! You've
you know, get the idea.
Tiny Trot Golden Pacifier! You just need to pry it away from my pocket-sized co-anchor. Haha.
Congratulations, well deserved. Woo! Victory at last! Aww.
This stuff is never gonna come off.
Yep, this stuff is never going well. But it's very sparkle though.
And the next day? Oh, and the next day? What do you say, Hitch? Hitch?
Hitch, where are you? Aw, looks like he's staying it. This is a good episode though. It's just a slice of life. I'll be back with the review. Thanks for watching.
Alright, Baby Trot by Ryan Denham. This episode, I had to be honest, it was just an okay script, I guessed, but when the main six has turned them into affiliates, my god, it has me speechless. Or I should say, it's just a need to get back to the childhood. It was very adorable. I can't resist it. And the music for this episode, it was okay, but my oh my. I don't care what everyone's saying on the Equestria Daily, it was masterful. And best of all, the whole obstacle course antics were pretty nice too. It reminds me of reference to, you know, a marathon on every Olympic events, because every Olympics has a marathon too, because there's a lot of obstacles that we're going through, just like all the athletes that are going to take part for the next 17 days. This episode is good for what reason. I think the new main six as becoming affiliates reminds me of the two of the season 1 episode, Making Fool of Me and Nightmare Market. I think the obstacle scene was actually fun, and also we do get to see how Sunny Star Scout handled it as a filly using her alicorn powers to help her friends catch up Sparky. But there's this one slight problem. I don't understand what she's saying. But anyway, what I do understand is she has the power of hope. But one of the most interesting scenes I watched so far at the end of the episode is Hitch and Sparky sleeping together at the end. It was absolutely touching. This is showing the power of being a dragon dad. As if I were myself, getting married and being a dad is not gonna be easy, but I'll try. And for this episode, I'm gonna give it a simple 8 out of 10. It makes me feel like I was watching some of the childhood television, but anyway, this might be the cutest Tell Your Tale episode I've ever seen. And also to kick off tomorrow's opening ceremony of the Olympic Games. I hope they enjoy it, but please don't be too childish. Say whatever you want. Make it a meme on Equestria Daily. Because no matter what, this episode is totally adorable. The cuteness of the main six. Cuteness overload. OMG. Oh my glitter. What a masterpiece. I would like to congratulate Ryan Denham for this, and also improving the episode that has been heavily criticized last week. And yeah, in your face, haters. I can tell it was amazing. The voice actors has amazing recording this episode. I hope it's gonna be built a momentum towards tomorrow. Well, the reaction is over. Now it's time to move on for the final time. The segment where I can tell everything you need to know about this year's games. But first, let's do a toast with Coca-Cola. I need to open the can first. I mean, a bottle. Here to the opening ceremony of the Olympic Games tomorrow, July 26th. To all Olympians. Refreshing. With that being said, for the final time, let's move on to the Olympic Games Rundown, presented by Coca-Cola. Here we go!
Countdown to Olympics, brought to you by Coca-Cola, proud to refresh the Olympic spirits for nearly 100 years.
Oh boy, for the final time, welcome everyone to the Olympic Games Rundown, where I can talk about everything you need to know for the Paris 2024 Olympic Games. And yes, this is the final edition before the opening ceremony of the greatest sporting events on earth. And trust me, this is gonna be the most busiest day I had to cover up the Olympic Games, because being the Olympic ambassador is very hard, but no matter what, I can overcome that toughness and to jump out the hurdle, get to the finish line. That is the true Olympic spirit. And tonight I'm going to talk about the most sacred rituals in the Olympic tradition, and that is the Olympic torch relay. As you guys know, the Olympic torch relay is the ceremonial relaying of the most sacred flames that is the symbol of the Olympic movements, and that is the Olympic flames. The Olympic flames is a symbol used in the Olympic movements. It is also a symbol of humanity, between the continuity between ancient and modern games. The flames is always lit at the Olympia, Greece, several months before the Olympic Games. And this ceremony starts with the torch relay, which formally ends with the lighting of the Olympic cauldron during the opening ceremony. Our modern inventions inspired by the practice of the ancient Greece, and the Olympic torch relays herald the start of the games and transmit a message of peace and friendship along its routes. Paris 2024 Olympic torch relay is no different. After it was lit in Olympia, Greece, the torch traveled through Greece all the way to the Mediterranean seas, using the three-masked bark Bellem all the way to Marseille. This is where it all begins. As subsequently, each day, the flames began to travel across the metropolitans and overseas French, along with the small stepovers to Monaco. And tomorrow, the flames will be lit during the opening ceremony. As I was saying, the Jardin des Tuileries, the green lungs of Paris Games, is the ideal of located in the center of the city between the Louvre Museum and Place de la Concorde. The Olympic cauldron will be installed and will be lit during the opening ceremony of the Olympic Games, and it will stay from July 26th to August 11th throughout 17 days. And throughout the Olympic torch relay, it has been handing over and over from the athletes to the athletes. They're representing as the torchbearer, but carrying through the Olympic flames on the road to France this year. The torchbearers will launch the start of celebration throughout somewhere in the country, and begins on May 8th and it ends here on July 26th. And also, the important task about being a torchbearer is not getting fall down. And most importantly, don't let the Olympic flames disappear. But one of my favorite Olympic torch relay moments is the Olympic flames can go underwater. But who says the Olympic flames can't be extinguished if you dive under the water? No way! Because the Olympic flames is very hot and it burns very, very strong as well. As record-breaking French free diver, also the athletes Alice Moldau carried the flames underneath of the Mediterranean Sea as part of the Olympic torch relay, and it impressed me a lot because the flames never ever go out, even the underwater. To summarize, the Olympic torch relay is also a tradition, became a tradition of the Olympic Games when Olympic flames was lit, and it was absolutely incredible. I mean, throughout the histories, I would like to thank every torchbearer for the past 2 months for carrying the Olympic torch. It makes me touch my heart. And to close off, I would like to thank everyone for being here, because I can feel the Olympic energy right now. From tomorrow, the opening ceremony of the Olympic Games, from 26th of July tomorrow until Sunday, 11th of August, around 10,500 godlike athletes of the world, or I should say the Olympians, and an estimated 10 million Paris visitors, and 1 billion people watching around the world will converge here in Paris for the games of the 33rd Olympiad for the first time in nearly 100 years since 1924. Well, success or not, it depends, not the organizing committee or the IOC, and that depends on the athletes that they have been working on. They've been trained all life here. 4 years has paid off, and it comes down to this. 4 years of training, hard work, and dedication. It all comes down to this at the City of Light. Who will walk away as the Olympic champion with the gold medal, and some of them will be a total heartbreak. V is for victory. Victory? Not in war, not in health, not in tournament, even the money. But V stands for victory, for the Olympic spirit, the sportsmanship, and for peace. Being the Olympians is much more than winning a medal, standing on the podium, or even achieving the Olympic dream. It means embracing everything those 5 rings represent. Respect the only event that brings all the nations together, brings the world in one stages, or I should say, this is a celebration of humanity. But even this year's games is high stakes. Some of the athletes will be retired, and I had to give you an applause. I need to show some love because some of the Olympians will be retired in the way that they deserve. Legendary. Their teammates, their nation's teams, the coaches, spectators. It was amazing. And let's hope some of the athletes could receive a standing ovation after one of them could be retired, because that's what sports work. Some of them are very young and some of them are age enough to get retired. I hope Paris 2024 will be successful. Not depends on the organizing committee, but it depends on the athletes of the world who've been trained so hard, and it all comes down to this. And for the next 17 days, we're gonna experience a roller coaster of emotions, and this could be the exciting Olympic Games we're ever gonna see. Because sports is celebrating the journey, the passion, the pageantry, and also the best of us, celebrating the humanity, the power that can change the world. And this video concludes with the most heartfelt message that I gave, and I would like to thank the believer, the founder of the modern Olympic Games, the Frenchman Pierre de Coubertin. He believes that sports teach the social and moral values, fostering the international understanding and peace, because once he said the Olympism is veneration of peaceful and confident youth. And I hope some of the countries will experience one of the most moving events that truly represents the Olympic spirit for all the generations to come. It looks like the main six are here to watch the opening ceremony of the Olympic Games, but I can show that to the public because that's their privacy. But if you want to, you can check over on the Instagram and community post. And I'm glad that you are here supporting me throughout this journey, even the Olympic Games coming tomorrow. And I can't wait to cheer all the teams, especially my home country, Canada. I've kept my Olympic outfits here, Canadian Olympic outfits. But for this video, this one is for all of you, for all the Olympians out there. And that's it for this special edition of My Little Pony's Thursday Night Stampede. If you like this video, smash the like, subscribe to my channel, and ring the notification down below. And yes, I'll see you after 17 days of competition. And to cap it all off, I would like to wish all the athletes of the world, wherever you are, wishing all of you a best of luck and show the Olympic spirit. Give everything what you got until nothing left to give. Oh yeah, this is gonna be good. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you after 17 days. Come on, let's go. Woo! Goodbye everybody. I'll leave you with a music video. See ya!
Arch of triumphs glow, where history's endless rivers flow. We come as one with hearts entwined, hear the world's dreams aligned. From valleys green to golden sands, we gather here from distant lands. With every stride, each bound, each leap, in the games our spirits keep. Raise the banner, let it soar. In the games we strive for more. Together rise in grace we stand. In the games we find our land. On fields of glory, courts of fame, we honor each in friendship's name. Every heartbeat, every cheer, in the games we persevere. Raise the banner, let it soar. In the games we strive for more. Together rising grace we stand. In the games we find our land. Through trials and triumphs we march as one. Beneath the glow of setting sun, with courage new, dreams reborn. In the games a new dawn's born. Raise the banner, let it soar. In the games we strive for more. Together rise in grace we stand. In the games we find our land. Raise the banner, let it soar. In the games we strive for more. Together rise in grace we stand. In the games we find our land.
This special episode of My Little Pony Thursday Night Stampede has been brought to you by Toyota and your local Toyota dealer. Start your impossible. Omega, the official timekeeper of the Olympics since 1932. And by Panasonic. We're more than just a sponsor, we're part of the team. Tomorrow, please stay tuned for the opening ceremony of the Olympic Games live from Paris, France. Experience the beauty and pageantry from the City of Light. Welcome the athletes of the world for 17 days of competition, and that's coming up tomorrow. Check your national broadcaster for details and event schedules. This has been a presentation of Hasbro, home of the Olympic Games.